Okay. All right, I think it's time for us to get started. My name is Greg Schaefer, and I am with Ashley Home Store and Furniture and Appliance Mart. So in this building, we have a really unique environment where we have an entire Ashley Home Store under this roof, plus Furniture and Appliance Mart. That's our, which is one of our first names of our company. We actually are represented by called Boston Family. And underneath that label is Ashley Home Store, Furniture and Appliance Mart, Mattress Mart, Ashley Outlet, and what else? Those are our big names throughout the state. And we are throughout the entire state of Wisconsin. And I'm pleased to tell you that we are in our 55th anniversary now. And we are going through that as we speak. And tonight is our first night for these for cooking demos with the Cap Times. I'm sure you're going to hear a lot about this from Lindsay over here in just a little bit. But I do know they started cooking demos during COVID, where people were staying home, wanted to cook, wanted new ideas, new thoughts. And we'll be doing this once a month, typically on the third Thursday of each month. And I'm very, very happy, very excited to be the sponsor for the cooking demos and excited for it. I hope you like our environment that we have here. This is our live kitchen. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's our live kitchen, and we have done these in the past, but not with the local chefs of Madison. And so each month it'll be a different chef in Madison who will be coming in and doing some cooking demos for us. So it's very exciting. I'm going to turn this mic over to Chris in one moment. First, I want to explain who's here tonight. Obviously, we have the members of the Cap Times who are in the first couple rows of seating here. So thank you very much, membership of Cap Times. And then the rest of the people that are here are what we call our executive team from Ashley Home Store. And I invited them today so that they could get a feel of what we're doing here in Madison. And they're also going to, watch and give me some feedback. So I hope it's positive feedback when we're done, but I know I'm going to get some feedback. Since we have our exec team here, I wanted just to introduce our president and CEO. His name is Bill Fonte, and he's just going to say something for a moment, and then we'll turn it over to Chris.
Well, thank you, everyone. I've been having fun with the chef over here. He won't give up any of his recipes, though. Talking to him about induction. It's the way to go. But anyway, thank you for being here. Yeah, it is a huge celebration for us this month. Have 55 years of business. Of course, my dad and Pete Gambino started right here in Madison, Wisconsin. He started, actually both of them worked for American TV, the building that you're in. So they worked for Ferd Mattioli, and then in 1969 broke off when Lenny came in, and so they competed. And so I got involved in the business when I was just a kid and been at it for 43 years myself. And it's really a proud moment 9 years ago when we came back to Madison and bought this building. And this was the start of us being in Madison Market. And here we are. We continue to grow and looking for the best things that we could possibly do in the Madison Market. So again, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Executive team. It's great having you here as well, and of course Chris, Matt. But no, this is an awesome facility. Not only do we have Ashley Home Store here, Furniture and Appliance Mart, Midwest Billiards, which we're now into. We bought them out this year, and we'll continue to grow and thrive in the Madison market. And I thank you for all that you do. Appreciate you being here. All right.
Thanks, Bill. And I will, I'll turn it over to Chris, but a couple people you'll see running around here. I know that Lindsay, in a moment, will be talking about Chef Thony and introducing him, so I'm not going to steal her thunder on that. I'm not going to call him the Mango Man. I'm not going to say a word. But I do want to make sure everybody notices his beautiful daughter, Allie, is here too. Allie, why don't you wave over here, okay? And she's been helping out a lot. And then Rebecca has done a tremendous job. Rebecca's with us at Ashley, and she's done a great job helping organize and putting things together for this event. Her aspirations long-term, she wants to be a chef, but I'm not letting her go, okay, because she's way too important to us. But I'm going to turn the mic over to Chris, and here you go.
Greg, thank you. Really appreciate it. I'm Chris Murphy, and I want to welcome you to Cooking with the Cap Times and Cap Times Idea Fest. We're really excited to have you here. I promise not to talk too long before I turn it over to Lindsay, but there are a couple important things I need to do. And an important one, of course, is to thank the sponsors, and especially here at Furniture Appliance Mart, where we will be every month from here on out. Please give them a big round of applause. Our AV tonight is being handled by Hinckley Productions, and the wine that you're drinking has been provided by our wine sponsor, which is Leopold's Booksbar Cafe. And the wine, yes, and the wine that the sommelier MJ Hecox has picked out is called Queen of Sierra. It's a red blend from Napa, California, and she chose it because its earthy notes go well with beans and complex sauces. If you haven't been to Leopold's on Regent Street before, you should really go. Aside from being a lively bar and cafe, they also have books and they have wine and they sell them all together. I don't know what else you need. Before I go, I want to let you make sure you knew that Cap Times Idea Fest is still going on. We've got 2 more days and about a half dozen sessions left to go. Some of you already have tickets for that, but I know some of you don't. And if you don't and you're interested, you should know that we do have general admission tickets that are still available. And you can find out more about those in the programs in your gift bags or at captimesideafest.com. So without further delay, I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay and Chef Thony Clarke. Please give them a warm welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Come on over, Chef Thony.
Hey, how you doing?
Going? Hi. So really quickly, this is our first time in this space. As Chris and I think Greg both mentioned, we would love feedback on how this goes for all of y'all, because we want to make sure that you can see, that you can hear, that this is a rewarding experience for you. We really started in like February of 2021, fully online, where people were literally like cooking along with us from their homes, which was really fun. And it was a great thing that we started to do. And this is a very different thing. We're some 44 chefs, 3.5 years in. The series has really evolved. And so I am excited to hear from all of you about, just your experiences tonight, good, bad, and different. I do like to joke that something will always go a little unexpected at this event, and it's always something different, and so we just try to be resilient and keep plugging away at it. We're all in this together. So Chef Thony,
hello.
Hi. I wanted to give you just a really quick opportunity to introduce yourself for folks who maybe don't know you, who don't know your food. Give us a little bit of your history in Madison, maybe some of the restaurants people might know you from.
First, there's a guy here who wants to sell me an induction of a stove. And it's been bugging me since he saw me. He's really working from there. Okay.
All right.
Hi, my name is Thony Clarke. People know me around also as the Mango Man. Mango Man Cooks is the brand of my sauces. I've been around a little bit. Like 20 years or something. So I've been, everything started with a food cart, and then after that I opened a restaurant, and then a second restaurant, and then I diverted back to the food cart because I was losing my way, and I wanted to do something different, but I had to go back to be able to move forward. And I come up with I decided to do something that I've been doing for a long time, which is my sauces, and my brand of pickles, and and I have 26 different sauces, and there's only 2 out right now that you can find around in the co-op and places like that. But thank you for having me.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I see you around at a lot of festivals. I saw you at Taste of Madison. I saw you at the Gluten Free Fest. I feel like you're sort of constantly out vending Willie Street Fair this weekend. You're going to be out there too.
I'll be there.
So there are lots of places to find your wonderful food.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna at the Willie Street. I'm gonna have something that somebody around here has been asking me about for a long time. I'm gonna have fish tacos.
Ooh, yeah.
And fish burritos. Somebody's been asking me. I'm not going to say who, but somebody's been asking me. She's sitting right in front of me.
It was me.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I saw as I was, doing a little reading, little research before this, the chicken curry that you make comes up again and again. People love it. It's like one of your most sort of perennial favorites. Why did you choose to do that for us tonight?
Because this is my way to share the love, you know. And people have supported me for so long, and there has been so love given to me by the people that I figure I'll give a little bit back, you know.
All right. Well, where do you want to get started?
I don't know. There's so much to do. Well, by the way, if you guys have questions, what I'm doing, shoot away. I mean, I'm wide open to any question, and I have the answers for you. Okay?
All right.
So, okay. We're gonna do something. A lot of people really love my rice and beans. So I'm gonna tell people how I do it. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna make rice today, but I am gonna make the beans. I do them separately, and because I'm a control freak of what I do, and if I cook it all together, I lose control, and whatever happens. I like to know what happens. So I'm gonna turn on this burner over here. I don't know how to use the stove. Oh, I got the right one. Boom. Look at that. I'm gonna turn on the stove. I'm gonna put some oil in there, some canola oil. Now I need an onion. There we go.
The hood?
Second one.
Ooh, here we go. This is the real test. Are they going to be able to hear you over the sound of the airplane taking off?
Let me know if you can hear me. Okay.
I am also going to volunteer Rebecca as refilling your wine. If you are like low on wine, give a little wave, and we're happy to refill it for you. I'm just volunteering you. Yep, oh, got it.
And 3 bottles over here, please. No problem. We got you.
What you need? How can I help? There we go. All right, so you're starting the onions in a little bit of hot oil. What kind of oil are you using?
Canola oil.
Nice, okay.
I either use canola or here it is. Canola oil or veggie oil.
Ooh, and what is this?
This is garlic, chopped up garlic. Sorry.
Do you just use a knife to chop up your garlic, or can you do that in a food processor?
I use a food processor because when I chop up garlic, I like to chop up a whole gallon of them.
Okay.
And I do it in water. I don't put oil in it because oil is kind of weird and it's kind of changes the flavor a little bit. And I make sure that the container is sealed, completely sealed once you shut it down, so it doesn't oxidize. If it oxidizes, it's not a problem. It just turns a little bit gray or kind of green, but that's oxidation. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's just oxidized.
How long does it last when you chop it up like that?
Well, in my world, it doesn't last a couple of days.
Okay. Okay.
But if you're doing it at home, I mean, you make a little bit like, this is a quart, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you just water and the garlic, and in this case, these are organic garlic. They're even better.
Nice. Okay.
They last longer. The flavor is stronger, and it's just delicious.
And you're doing most of your prep these days at Feed Kitchens, is that right?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the Feed Kitchen has like 5 different kitchens, which I get to share with a whole bunch of people.
Okay, good to know.
And days that it gets complicated, and people got complicated schedules and stuff happens,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coming from having my own places to the Feed Kitchen. It took some getting used to, but I like to share.
Nice.
You know, I like to share.
I have heard through the grapevine that you're very generous with your knowledge about food carts and how to run them. Yes.
I do. I mean, there's lots of newbies that really don't know what's going on or how to do it, and I make sure to open myself up to say, hey, whatever question you got, I probably got the answer because I've been to hell and back. So I've been through all the process, and from building my own food cart and all the trials with that, and then getting together with the city and figuring out the permits and the perfect cart and size and all that stuff. So I have all the information for people to be able to learn. And people are surprised. Are you doing that for free? And I'm like, yeah.
That's very nice.
I mean, good information is supposed to be free because it's life-saving information. You don't want to. People are new, or sometimes they don't know that they have to take their ServSafe, certification. There's something they need to go through to learn how to manage a kitchen and be safe, because we are dealing with people's life directly. I'm dealing with your body. And that's kind of scary, but it's a big responsibility that I take really, really seriously. So, this is what I do. Well, once the onions are kind of like brewed in there and getting caramelized, I put a little bit of garlic. I would say, in this case, I use like half an onion, a big onion, like half an onion. Probably like 3 tablespoons of the processed garlic in there. And then you let that simmer until they get kind of start to brown a little bit. And then is when you put the beans in.
Nice, okay.
Okay, the beans are over here. Let me put them out.
Yes.
I was just going to ask, so you have your food cart at festivals. Are you at a regular spot throughout the week or anything like that?
Not anymore.
The
Not
question
anymore.
is whether the food cart is at regular spots for everybody.
I used to be at the Library Mall every day, and I did that for, I think, 16 years. I did that every day, from Monday to Saturday.
Goodness.
And I kind of graduated from that because of the people, that I was getting pulled to different locations, and people wanted me in their parties, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever. So I decided to let that go and just kind of like do only private parties and and contracts and festivals and stuff like that. That's what keeps me afloat,
So the beans that you're using here is just a black bean, yeah?
These I like kidney beans because they're big.
Beans, okay.
I like because sometimes, especially if you are vegetarian or vegan, beans are like meat.
Yes.
The protein is delicious,
Yeah.
And if you treat them right and season them right, I mean, it's the ultimate thing. My mom raised 11 kids.
That's
11.
so many.
I'm number 7 of 11. Okay.
It's lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's a lucky number.
Yeah, I'm number 7 of 11, born in 67. Should I get going?
Are these ones that you cooked from dry?
These come from a can.
Okay.
Because I didn't have the time of the day. It takes a long time to cook beans from scratch. My mom used to put the beans on the stove at 4:30 in the morning, and they'll be ready at 5:30 in the afternoon for those beans to get delicious, because she used everything. She make it with enough broth that she would put that broth aside, and then she'll make soup, with eggs inside and onions and cilantro. So good. So simple, but so good. So these are the kind of things that she used to do. I mean, the rice and beans was so good that nobody thought about meat or anything else. Just the rice and beans alone. The flavor itself was like a joy for us, and it took her a long time to cook those meals, and we used to have dinner late, 8:30,
I like
9
that. Yeah.
European time, you know, for dinner every day, and that's how long it takes her to put a meal together, you know.
Nice. Okay.
And I used to see her doing her thing in the kitchen. I mean, she would dance and she would sing, and she was like, you know, she's a big lady, so she like do her thing, and she would kind of like wobble around, and she was like, smells so good, you know. And she did all of the good things, and you know, she inspired me. She kind of put that in me that just because life is hard, there are things that make us happy, and usually it's simple things, right? The little things, you know. Well, now this is ready, pretty much. So we're gonna.
What are you looking for before it's ready?
Oh, you see how it's getting?
Oh, it's bubbling.
It's bubbling.
It's really, really bubbling.
And it's getting a little bit brown at the edges and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
It almost caramelized, but not quite there yet. That's the point. That you put the beans in there.
There you go.
Oh boy. All right.
The cuisine in Costa Rica, where you're from, in Latin America, most of it's not super spicy, right? A lot of plantains.
Yeah, you see, I'm a hybrid.
Okay. Yeah. Say more.
My mom is Jamaican, and my dad is Jamaican too. They happen to meet in Costa Rica, and they made a lot of babies.
11.
Yes, I did. 11 of them. Actually, we were 12. My twin brother died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When we were 3 months old. So I used to be a twin. My mom was a twin too. Yes.
Do you have siblings who are also twins?
Oh no. I don't know this one sister. Oh my God. This one sister, she have 8. She have 8. She have like 4 pairs.
I would not
why don't you stop?
possible. Like every one pregnancy is actually 2.
Exactly, you got it. You got the gene, dude. You got the gene. So she have 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 boys, and a boy and a girl.
Oh my God.
And she had them kind of back to back. I said, how do you do that?
I can't wait to talk to Kat about that. Like imagine 4 sets of
you know what I
twins.
mean?
Yeah.
I really don't know how she do that. I love her to death. She's fun, but she didn't listen to my mom. My mom told her, "You got the gene. You're the only one who had the genes. Everybody else have kids. Normal way, just one kid. She just need to, Wow, amazing.
So normally when you're doing your beans and you're doing beans and rice, would you be doing rice at the same time?
The rice will be making. You can do the rice in a rice maker.
Okay.
If you don't want to use the stove top, because sometimes it tends to be complicated. You got to play with the ratios a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
Hardcore. I mean, the rice maker is a little bit easier. So you make the.
I will never give mine up.
No?
It has changed my life. Yeah.
Okay.
My rice maker. Yeah.
Well, I grew up without a rice maker, so I always do the rice on the stove top. Mm-hmm. I mean, even when I make 250 pounds of rice for my events.
Yeah.
I cook my rice in a big pot on a stove top because that's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
You know, and people ask me, how do you make it that stuff? I said, I don't know. I just do it.
All right.
because I'm watching, I'm looking at my mom doing what she does. I kind of got a feel for it, and I saw the little thing that she did, and that kind of stay with me.
All right.
Okay, so this is going to be going for a little bit.
So down to pretty low here on the flame.
Yeah, I'm going to have it simmer a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
I can just drop them anywhere.
Okay.
I was there. Yeah. So where in Costa Rica did you grow up?
I was born at the East Coast.
The question is where in Costa Rica he grew up.
Oh, thank you. You told me that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm supposed to repeat your guys' questions, but
Yes.
I'm so focused on what I'm doing that I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
I was born on the east coast of Costa Rica. The east coast of Costa Rica there is a strong black community over there, where I was born. And it came about because of the Costa Rica building the train tracks across the country for what they call the dry dock, from the Atlantic to the Pacific. So they had a train system going crisscrossing around the country for special goods. So they brought in black people to build it because black people are the only ones who could survive the weather and everything they went through. If you ask the Costa Rican government, then they're going to say, no, we never did that. But the story says that they did. Yeah. So this is where I was born. My family moved to the city when I was still small. And then, I went to school, and college, and everything in San Jose, Good. While that go, we're going to start the chicken.
Beautiful. All right.
Let's see.
The things that people have written about this chicken curry over the years, it's quite fun. Because you've been doing this now for 20 years in Madison, and every time you'd open a restaurant, people would go and they would be like, oh my God, the chicken curry. I'm sorry, I'm building it up too much, but truly, like I found photos in the archive, I found restaurant reviews from years past. It has a following.
Yeah, the curry chicken is something people love.
It's not a super spicy curry because I know some curries can be spicy, right? But this is a pretty mild one.
This is a pretty mild one, yes.
Yeah.
So I kind of cut the chicken in cubes.
Is it chicken thighs?
Chicken, boneless, skinless thighs, yes.
Boneless, skinless thighs.
Yeah. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's the best part of the chicken.
Yes. Agreed.
Delicious and tender and, easy and flavorful.
So I will say, the thing that induction has in common with like my crappy electric stove at home is that when it's off, it's a cutting board.
It's like a cutting board counter.
It's like a counter, right?
You heard that? Where is it?
It's a counter.
It makes for a good counter.
But induction actually works, which my stove doesn't really. But you just have to wait a really long time.
Yeah.
A really long time.
Do you have electric?
I have electric. Induction is the dream.
We got one.
We have nightmare induction over here. Oh no, that's not a good thing. I haven't heard anybody say that before. So.
We just got
Can I get that knife back? Yep. Thank you.
so different.
Yeah.
So different.
Oh, I'm sure.
Is there a trash can over here?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trash can, do we know? Oh, Greg's going for it.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect. So, usually, for business, I don't cut up the chicken in little squares. I don't do that because I cook in bulk, and it cooked for a very long time. So what time does is that the chicken falls apart by itself.
So you don't even need to shred it?
I don't even need to shred it.
Wow.
Because timing does like the goodness, And in this case, it's going to be a little bit different.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, let's look for another pot.
All right, let's do it.
Let's come over here. So I use white vinegar. So if you want to make some notes, white vinegar, I use chicken consomme.
So like a chicken broth that's more reduced?
Like a dry chicken bouillon.
Oh, chicken bouillon.
Yeah.
I really like better than bouillon. I don't know if you use that, but
I like that too.
yes, okay.
Yeah, that's really good.
Little
I
pops.
mean, when I'm cooking for home, that's what I use only.
Yes.
But for business, it's so big that I can't.
Yeah.
You know?
For home cooks though, a little better than bouillon is nice.
Yeah. So, okay, let me see what I got here. So the chicken bouillon. This is the curry mix. White vinegar. And this is sugar. This is the ration. And all that goes in the pot. I didn't want to bore you with all the cutting, so I already cut a bunch of the stuff. This is here.
There you go.
All this is already pre-measured. So this is like almost like a half a cup, you know?
What kind of seasonings are in that curry mix?
You want to know all my secrets, don't you? What's wrong with you? Oh my God!
Literally my job.
I mean, I'm trying to inspire people that curry, and you know, what do I do with curry? I mean, curry is a mixture of spices. I mean, I don't know if you guys do that, you know? So, I'm not going to tell you what's in here.
Ginger. I mean, I have guessed it, like turmeric, ginger, cumin.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, keep going.
I mean, is there cardamom in there? Like, is there something like that? Or no, is that more Indian?
I don't like you. You're right. So that curry is a mixture of spices. I mean, if you like to play with something, please play with spices, because you can create your own. You know, you can do your own blend of curry, and it's delicious. You know, you just play with it. If it doesn't work out, you can scratch it and start over and create something else. You know. So we put that in there.
I have 3 different curries in my house at any given time. I love the Penzies Now curry is excellent.
That's really good.
The Deliciouser has a curry. Penzies has multiple curries and they're all really good. So I just have like all the different ones because why choose? Yes, and that's what we say.
All of them. So we put some chicken bouillon in here. If we're talking about tablespoons, probably like 4 tablespoons of the bouillon in there.
The bouillon is going to have some salt to it too.
It's going to be salty.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also use sugar.
Okay.
So we're looking for a balance here. You know, a balance between the sweet and the salty.
Nice. Okay.
It's always fun in the middle.
Nice.
Always fun. Okay. So, you know. I'm gonna drop some of this. This like how much is this? Like half a quart? We're
little
gonna
bit
use
more.
half of this. A little
Yeah.
bit more, yeah. We're gonna use half of this.
I remember the first time I went to my mother-in-law's house and I was trying to make salad dressing and I asked her if she had any vinegar and she gave me the distilled white vinegar from the bottom of the sink that she used to clean. Because she's like, vinegar, right? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, actually, like, that'll work. And it's good, like, it's great for pickles. Like, you can use distilled white vinegar for pickles. I had thought not that at the time, but it turned out great, actually. I know, it's your mom. We loved her, honey.
Lindsay, we have a view of what's in the pot.
Look at that. See, technology. Wow. That's kind of great.
Yeah.
I gotta say that's pretty great.
Yeah.
You're killing it.
put me in the spot. Now I gotta be extra.
Now you gotta be really good. Oh. The thing I love about stuff like this too is that this reheats so beautiful. You make like a big pot of it on Sunday, and then you just have it all week.
Oh yes.
So nice.
You know, and the
So good for that.
I mean, the longer you hold it, the better it tastes.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you make this today, by next week Tuesday, oh my God, it's just like, ooh, so good.
Oh, look at that. Doesn't it look so good?
You need a Oh, no problem. Yes, no problem. So at this point, the beans are ready because it's simmered down to sort of like a thick sauce.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There is when you put the rice in there
Ooh yeah.
and mix.
Is it already cooked rice or not yet?
Already cooked.
Already cooked rice.
Already
Okay.
cooked rice. Like I said, I mean, you wanna control the flavor of the rice. If you wanna control the flavor of the rice and beans, the only way to do that is to do it separately. You cook your beans separately, and you spice them up, put all the ingredients in there, and whatever herbs you want in your beans, you put them in there, and then the rice is just white rice with a little bit of oil, and that's it. Everything is here, including salt in there.
Basmati, jasmine. Does it matter what kind of rice you're using?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a real control freak. So I
Tell me more.
So I use regular rice, just regular rice,
Okay.
regular white rice, because I want to control the flavor of my rice and beans.
Nice. Okay.
I have a question.
Question from Katie.
Question?
So when you added the beans, you said they were canned. So do you keep the liquid from the can, or do you drain them before you add them?
Question is.
You want to know if I drain the beans before I cook them?
Yes.
No, I use that liquid.
You use the liquid.
I use the liquid, and sometimes I put a little bit more water in there because I want it to boil longer to get those spices in there and all the flavors and stuff. Sometimes I put a half a cup more water. I just let it simmer,
And if you were if you use dried beans that you soaked,
Yep.
you would just put after they were
Cooked?
cooked, not cooked, but after
Soaked.
them.
So if you soak beans and you have
Yeah.
water from the
And then
soaking.
you just put in water.
So
Generally.
I have heard that the farts are in the water. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
Like if you soak if you soak beans and then you drain the water off the beans, I don't know. I didn't invent this, but I've heard that the farts are in the water, and you drain it off.
That's a really good point. You should not get rid of the water, please. Where I'm from, they call it degassing.
Yes.
You can leave your beans overnight soaking.
Yeah.
The one that float and the one that are bad.
Yeah.
The rest, you just
read it.
throw it in the pot, stop boiling.
Okay.
I would recommend if you're doing beans from scratch, to drop a couple eggs in there.
Hey.
It does some kind of magic in there that I don't know why my mom do it, but it works.
No.
It's different.
Now, eggs
With the shell and everything, just
take a egg out of
two eggs, rinse them, drop them until the beans is ready.
I know we need to test this. Chef Rebecca has a question.
If you use enough water, because it's your choice. You use the amount of water you want for the stuff. If you use a lot of water, like this pot, you have this much beans, and then the rest is all water. That water you can put aside, and that's a soup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then you reheat that and crack a couple eggs in there and some cilantro, and oh my God, so good. It's kind of like it's food for the soul, and the best things in life are so simple, right? It's simplicity. It's what it is, without complicating things too much.
Chef Thony, there's a question from Rebecca over here.
Hello.
Hi. I actually was wondering, so the eggs
just the egg shell.
She has a question about the eggs.
With your eggs, and I'm thinking like I'm just gonna try that with my homemade frijoles that I make. That take
Yes,
8 hours.
yes.
I'm just gonna throw them in there and be like, I'm gonna tell my grandma. And she's gonna be like, why would you do that? I'm like, I don't know, grandma. Like, Mango Man tried to.
Mango Man told me to do it.
I mean, that's something that my mom did, that her mom did, that my great grandmother did. So it's a thing.
That's what I want. I just want to know what
Yeah.
it does. So it's not from my fault. My Mexican, my Mexican mom, my mom's my Mexican family. I never heard my great grandma, my abuelita do that or anything. So I'm gonna try it.
Okay, go.
That's
I got a
amazing.
winner.
You've converted
Somebody's
someone.
gonna try it. Yes. Sold.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo, hot, sorry.
Ooh.
Didn't realize how hot it gets. There we go. Hey, does it smell at all? Smell good?
Yeah, yeah.
Wonderful.
So I wrote it down. You do a lot of festivals for folks who are vegan or folks who are gluten-free, or
Yep.
it seems like your food is really adaptable for people who have food restrictions or
There is
strong preferences. I should say.
I mean, there's a lot of people with dietary restrictions. I mean, gluten is a thing.
Yeah.
And nuts and dairy is real, And I started doing I started my menu in 2004, and by 2005 I already scratched all those things, because thinking about how I was raised, I wasn't raised with all those things at all. I was incorporating stuff that I read in a book somewhere, and I'm like, well, why am I doing this? This can kill somebody. So I want to be safe, and I want people to trust me, and that's what I did.
Wow.
You guys want to see the finished product?
Yeah.
Want to see it? Okay. Give us a second.
Another question from Rebecca?
I have a question about when you started with the
Oh, sorry.
I noticed that
Oh, my
before,
God.
like, you said first you don't chunk it up in cubes when you do it for your big groups of people, just
Yep.
because you're making big groups of people. But do you take those chicken thighs and do you ever sear them to lock in those juices and then put them to slow cook, or do you to cook the simmer and stuff, or do you just start them?
She's
without
wondering if
searing them and
he
first
sears the
lock
chicken thighs first.
I do not sear the chicken.
Okay.
Because what happens when the chicken is in the, I call it the curry deliciousness.
Okay.
At some point, the chicken thigh let go its water. The water just goes out of the thigh, and then after a little while, if you calculate it right, it brings it back in. There's where you stop and take it out of the stove. Does that make sense?
It does. Huh?
That's what my mom told me, and I thought she was crazy.
I
know.
I really thought she was nuts. I said, what?
I might be thinking that.
But I tried it out because I'm trying to do my mother's recipes, my mother's stuff, because this is her legacy. You know what I'm saying? This is. And I'm a stubborn boy. I'm stubborn. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it my way, whatever, And it doesn't work out. My way, it doesn't work. I just kind of like, I have to listen, and get scolded a lot of times. This is not how you do it.
Do your siblings cook too?
Yes.
Yes, really.
Well, remember that I told you that I'm part of 11?
Yes.
Okay, what happened is that my mom ran that house like she was the general, and she.
You've got to be with that many kids.
The ship was tight.
Yeah.
Tight. I mean, nobody could cross her. Her word was law, and from the little one all the way to the big one, everybody learned how to cook, because she said this is a team effort. We are in this together, And it's not going to work if we don't work together.
Okay.
And everybody takes turn. This is not a burden of one single person. Everybody takes a turn.
Yeah.
You know? And that's how we live for a lot of years.
Yeah.
You know?
That's fantastic. Wow.
And she learned from her mother.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
She learned from her mother.
recipes
Yeah.
Correct.
And tried many, many years.
Many years. I
Yeah.
mean, I cannot say that I own it. I own this. You know, I will never say that. People ask me to say, no, this is my mom stuff. She taught me how to do it.
Probably your grandmother's.
My great grandmothers and stuff like that. You know, all that wisdom, I listen a little bit. You know.
So with the chicken, I couldn't quite hear it.
Okay.
Don't sear it
No.
because that would seal it and
Correct.
it doesn't get the liquid back,
Yeah.
the moisture back
Correct.
into the chicken. Yeah.
If you seal the chicken is not going to get the love.
It's going to be dry.
Yeah, really dry and kind of hard.
Yeah.
You know, we want it tender.
Right.
We want it to melt in your mouth, which is what you're gonna get in a little bit.
I just really like the idea of the chicken getting the love. It's fun.
But I guess I need some curry chicken and some rice and beans, please. Okay.
Oh, he's grabbing
Okay,
it.
guys. Once you mix this, once you mix the rice and beans, this is how it looks.
Oof. Can I help?
There you go.
That is lovely.
But again, you guys totally control the flavor, the whole thing. I mean, white rice is white rice, you know, or you can even use brown rice if you like, you know. But this is the magic right here, and you control this.
There's so much of comfort food that is like shades of brown. Like it's just shades of brown, and it's lovely, and it just means that it will be like filling for your soul.
Correct.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So, Tony, you said you cook the rice and the beans separately.
Yes.
How does it get that color?
Ah, you really want to know all my secrets? She's making me blush now. I'm so sorry. It's a really good question.
In there. So I hadn't always assumed you put them together.
Okay, there's a couple of things that you can do for coloring, and you know, for accents and stuff like that. Okay.
Thank you.
So I like paprika. Especially I like Spanish paprika. Really nice tone of red, really nice flavor. And you know, if you use paprika, some oregano, you know, a little bit of cumin in there. I mean, you guys, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You kind of enhancing that flavor. You're making it so good, you know. And that the reason why it need to boil down, because all those, you're gonna have those ingredients dry, so they need to do their thing, and that's the love right there.
Before you finish all of this up, I would love for you to talk a little bit about these pickles.
Oh, you want to know about my pickles?
I do want to know about your pickles. They're gorgeous. And especially this time of year, we're all dealing with gardens producing all the things that they're producing. We need techniques.
This is another thing that I'm into. I think that American pickles are kind of boring. Sorry. Really boring.
It's valid.
And sour, and they don't make any sense to my taste buds. So, and I don't mean to offend anybody. So I went to work and I created my own blend and mixture of veggies, pickle deliciousness.
Tell us more about that mix.
You want to know?
Yeah, I want to know about the mix.
Well, I am here for curry chicken, not for the mix.
So,
No, I mean, it's like everything that I do. It's really simple. I mean, I use white vinegar. I use raw dark sugar. I use sea salt, and I use sometimes garlic, you know, or oregano, or thyme. No, they're all different. I mean, there's the different batches, and every batch is different because I don't want to be boring, you know. So yeah.
They're beautiful. So this is going to go along with our rice.
Oh,
beans
that's going to go along with your rice and beans and your curry chicken and everything. You guys going to try it out.
I really want to grab one that I've been trained, but my dad is here. He's watching, and he would notice if I grabbed a piece of pickle. I just can't have that. This is beautiful. I feel like the curry, the chicken itself is going to have these sort of warm flavors. The rice and beans have this earthiness, and then like the tartness from the pickles. Sounds like it's going to be really lovely. Nice complement for each other.
It's all about the layers.
Yeah.
Layers of flavor. So let's do this.
Do you think of your food as being like Jamaican, Costa Rican, like Wisco Rican? Is it a blend of the things, or are you going back to something and sort of making, like, drawing from one thing more than the others?
I mean, it's a natural fusion. I'm not pushing anything. It's just the way it is.
All right.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't think about Jamaican food when I'm trying to create something. I don't think about, you know, Latin American flavors when I'm cooking something. I'm just creating. And I'm drawing from the experiences that I have, and the places that I've been, and the people that I've talked to. I tend to ask a lot of questions when I'm out.
All right. I love that. Okay. Me too.
Especially the old folks. I mean, they know all sort of stuff.
We got a question. Yeah. Hi.
Why called Mango Man? Are we going to see any mango?
Ooh, Mango Man. Why Mango Man?
Mangoes are coming your way. Yes. And Mango Man came about this wonderful lady that my wife worked for. I don't know, since the first moment that she met me over the phone, she liked my accent, you know, and she started calling me Mango Man, you know. And when the time came for me to find a name for my business, I went for Mango Man Latin Soul Food, because that's what I do. The Caribbeans are the soul of Latin America. It's a wonderful symbiotic relationship that I wouldn't have it any other way. One moment.
Were you the one who said that you first asked him to bottle the salsa? Is that you? Yeah.
Oh yeah, did you bring your sauces?
I did brought some. The green sauce, I brought a little.
The Mango Man sauces.
I didn't know you were going to be here, but I thought about a bottle, you know. Let's turn this off.
Oh yeah.
Now I need to move this aside.
Ooh, it's colorful. Ooh, yeah. I've said this before, but I used to think that cilantro tasted like soap. I had that thing, you know? And I just kept trying it and trying it and trying it and trying it until it didn't taste like soap anymore. And it took a long time, but it works. Yeah, you just have to keep eating it. Turns out that works. And it's pretty effective. It's totally worth it because because there are so many dishes, like, culinarily in the world that include cilantro, and I didn't like being the girl who was like, oh, does it have cilantro? Like, I didn't want to be that girl. I wanted to just eat the thing, and so I just kept trying it, and eventually it worked. Pro tip about cilantro.
Lindsay?
Yes.
Does anyone else in your family have that gene? Because
Great question.
because it apparently is actually
A genetic thing. So I am an adopted kid.
okay.
I don't know. And actually, I'm going to tell a really quick
Okay,
fun
guys.
story.
That's
Woo!
this is the plate.
Yeah, the plate! Woo! That's gorgeous. Well, I will let like this.
Can we pass it around so the people in the
Oh
back
yeah,
can
do you
it
want to
live?
see
Yeah.
it live? I mean,
Even me.
oh my god. I'm gonna like
Give him the.
I'm gonna go around this way so you guys can get a sense of it to see it live. So this is the beautiful plate, everybody.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Isn't that gorgeous? Oof. Oh, sorry. Oh, you can smell it. It's incredibly aromatic. It's really lovely.
I have a cilantro.
You have a cilantro thing. You gotta keep eating cilantro, Allie. You gotta keep eating
We got
cilantro.
some bottles. Yay!
Isn't that lovely?
Oh, it smells so good.
I want you all to be able to see it too here. Can you get a sense?
Look amazing.
Oh my God! Every day on eggs. Every day. Every day. I can't stop. I might make this stop. Crazy.
It's like right in front of your face here. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
take a look
let's
at
see.
this. Gorgeous.
Sorry, what that mean? What did I do? So we're gonna do mini plates. So mini plates. So mini plates go like so. Now we put a little bit of that stuff. If you want to put if you're right-handed, if you want to put a glove on, so you can do this versus anything else. Yeah. And then, yep. There you go.
Okay.
So that-
Oh my gosh, I want you guys to be able to see it though. Hello, welcome. Oh, sorry.
and then I pinch it in.
I am the problem, it's me. Yeah, I know. Isn't it? Yeah, it's like super aromatic. That's gorgeous. So, my dad and his best friend Larry, they were both looking to adopt babies at around the same time.
Now what? Where?
My dad
Okay,
and his best
Dad.
friend Larry,
Yeah.
they were both trying to adopt babies at around the same time. This is the early 80s. And I was expected to be born, and I was supposed to be Larry's kid. But then Maureen was born first. So
Oh my God.
we've known each other our whole lives.
Amazing.
Isn't that amazing? I love that how we met story, actually.
Oh my God.
Nobody has a how we met story like that. Like, I was supposed to be your dad's kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, right, yeah.
I can play the
So,
field real quick if you guys just take them out.
No, so Ohio, we're all Ohio.
Oh really?
Yeah, so. I'm from Toledo. Yeah.
And have you done DNA?
No. My siblings have a little bit, but I have not.
Yeah. Well,
I have a great family.
well, exactly. I mean, exactly.
I got pretty lucky, so I'm not trying to push my luck.
I think so.
Yeah,
And we
yeah.
have a neighbor that fostered kids.
Yeah, our neighbor does
One
too.
of the little kids was adopted.
Yes. Yeah. It was a bit of a different time in the 80s. There were not a lot of open adoptions then, so
No,
I don't know.
No, yeah, but this little gal, I mean, and I know this parents probably couldn't take care of it, but she ended up
Here, if you want like a little bit of spicy. This
See, that's amazing. These things can work out. So yeah, that's the answer to the genetic question. I don't know. Although I would not be surprised if that has a genetic component. It feels like a recessive gene,
That's
you know?
what they say.
Yeah.
They say it's a genetic thing.
Yeah.
It actually takes.
Yeah, as long as it lasts.
It does, yeah. I mean, it did, but I just kept eating it, and eventually it just sort of didn't anymore, you know?
When I was a teenager, I did that with you.
Am I crazy?
Amazing. Works out great. You know.
Well, yes.
My
I
mom
am
is
done.
not. My mom is on a vacation in Pittsburgh with my aunts. I called her Christina and the Dynamos today. I was like, you're just. I was 5 days, and Maureen was also 5 days. My brother was 5 days, and my sister was 3 months, so she was a little bit older, but, and we're all from different, yeah.